to share as I would have wanted to, but let me share. I'm going to share two with you. The first one that got me persuaded about phytoscience personally, that now made me decide I was going to share, I was going to continue, to share this good news with people. I wasn't going to let anyone around me as much as possible suffer any ailment if I can. This is an opportunity. Personally, I wasn't interested in it for health, but that's a story for another day. The health part found me, not because I didn't have health challenges or I didn't have those that had health challenges around me, but I had more pressing issues that had to do with how I can even afford to take care of the health challenges. So anyway, when I joined Phytoscience, I got a phone call from somebody. I went to Jos to speak to the National Association of Midwives and Nurses on behalf of one of my partners that had that connection. So they were having their regional conference in Jos. And we were invited, and I went on behalf of that, my partner. So after speaking, some days later, I got a call from somebody that attended the conference in Jos. And the person established that he does not know me, but one of the nurses gave him my contact because his wife had a medical issue. Upon inquiry, I found that it was brain tumor. The minute I had brain tumor, I almost froze because at that time, what I was familiar with was diabetes and all that. Brain tumor is a big deal. So I almost rejected the call, because I was scared. I had not tested the product to the point of confidence to say I want to take up a case of brain tumor. But nonetheless, I found confidence with my other senior partners, those that have been in the business ahead of me. And I mentioned to them that there's this case of brain tumor. The man's wife had brain tumor. They've been to Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Zaria, where they said it was a 50-50 chance. They billed her for operation, but they were scared to go because already they were told it was 50-50, so anything can happen. So when he brought the case, and I brought it forward to my senior partners, and they told me that it was good to go, that Phytoscience products can take care of it. I borrowed their confidence, and I used that to speak. And I mentioned to the man that by his grace, that it will solve it. Long story cut short, he got the silver package. A few weeks later, he called me and said he wanted to buy more in Abuja. I had been upgraded. I asked him how to come to Abuja to share his testimony live. So the first meeting I was going to have with him was in the conference we're having in Abuja, where he came and shared his testimony. And he said the doctors at the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Zaria, were in awe of what the result they had seen within the time frame when she went back for scan. And the question they asked him was, what did you use for your wife? What are you using for your wife? Then they now said, whatever it is, we don't even want to know, but whatever it is that you are doing, continue, that the tumor is shrinking, that there might not be need for surgery anymore, that whatever that you are doing, continue. That was 2017. To the glory of God, that woman is alive and well today. She's alive and well today. Surgery canceled. When I got that testimony, that gave me the boldness. I didn't know much. I hadn't had much. But that first-hand testimony personally gave me the boldness to say, no, as much as I can, I will propagate the gospel of phytoscience products. So these are the things that we see here that edges us on, and we cannot be seeing and experiencing such, and we will keep quiet. So people that also refuse to keep quiet are those that will be sharing their testimonies with you now. Do we have anyone ready among those that I have called? Do we have anyone ready? Okay, I think we have Quadri Bossade ready to share. So, Bossade Quadri, let me unmute you. Can we unmute her, please? If the product can take care of a case like brain tumor, then I don't know what else. Please, you can unmute yourself, ma.
All right, ma.
Yeah, Abosede Quadri, you have about 5 minutes to share your testimony, ma. Please go ahead.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my leaders. My name is Bosede Quadri. I give God the glory for I thank all the in the house as well. I have numerous despite the fact that I'm a teacher. I still have enough time to divert into phytoscience, application of phytoscience products. I'm just a few with you tonight because I'm a senior sister, a blood sister of mine that was having a high blood pressure and diabetic for a long period of time that I've been nursing for years. All of a sudden, I was called upon that she slumped and had stroke. We have to rush her down to Lutz, Lagos, to be precise. Upon the treatment given to her, we came back from Lutz with Parkinson. That's my sister with Parkinson and walking stick. She couldn't talk. There was a lot of problem. We spent a lot of money to the extent that the family did not respond to our calling again. But when I was talking about phytoscience products, I only gave her for double sensor, 2 snuffy forts. That was, and within 3 weeks, my sister can stand up. Parkinson gone. She dropped. Sister can now move, walk out by herself, trek down to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th building in the street to make peace because she's a counselor. To make peace among some families. I give God the glory for that. That one arose my interest and I forged ahead in propagating this product. I have a matron in Ogun State whose the son and the husband were medical doctors. I was called upon by a friend of mine from UK. She had bowel cancer. These are products to heal her? I said yes, confidently, because of the result I got from my sister's home. So they bought a gold package, which is 22 double stem cell, 4 crystal cells, and 4 snuffy forts with 4 actual. Within 4 weeks, this she couldn't do anything. As we were administering the product on her, this woman can stand up, she can eat. What surprised me most was that the person that cannot even drink pap was now demanding for solid food, plantain, and she can walk down from upstairs down to the compound and walk around. This testimony really amazed me, and even the family were thanking me, and they begin to introduce the product to others. Not only that one, I have a pastor that have lots of memory. She just called on me that sister, can this your product help me? I only want to use to boost my immune. I said, yes, man, no problem. She said she would remember something. Even when she wants to go to the church to go and deliver to minister, she will just forget and she will be ashamed of herself. She will be looking for car keys. She won't know where she kept the car keys. So I only gave her the 4 double stem cells, 2 snuffy forts, and 3 IIQ. Within 3 weeks, this woman called on me and said, sister, this product is a miracle. See what has happened. That she can mount the pulpit and deliver very well. That now, wherever she keeps the key, she can even easily lay her hands easily on, like, give God the glory. I have another one, a friend of mine from Owo, to be precise. She just said, alright, give me some of this thing now, just to maintain my body. I said, no problem. So I gave her only 3 crystal cells, 3 double stem cells, 1 crystal cell, and 1 snowflake force. She was using it. She just messaged me. I did not even knew that she had growth at the back of her neck. She said, boss, this is your product now. Wow. That did you know that the reason why I was wearing high neck clothes was the growth at my back, at the back of my neck? That the thing has disappeared. She was happy, and I give God the glory. Just to Phytoscience products. Another one morning, sorry, I'm not taking our time, but this one really amazed me. An aged woman of 3 years old. The woman just called and said, hey, boss, this product, this thing you are sending to me, can it work for me? That she's a diabetic patient. I say, grandma, I know that, no, she had the product she's using, no, the one that medical doctor recommended for her. I said, no problem, you can use it and go along with it, ma. She said she will only use my own to boost her, to maintain her system. I said, no problem. So I gave grandma a packet of Snowflake Force and 4 actual plus, because she was a diabetic patient. So grandma was using it, and then this woman had leg wound. She just called on me that, oh, boss, thank God, oh, this is a miraculous product. Oh, that did you know that she was now relating to me? That did I know that she had leg wound, that hot oil poured on her leg for years, for so many years ago, and she has been nursing it, the thing refused to heal up. Despite that, now, after, and since she has been using her product, that all the problem has gone, that the leg wound has healed up. It was amazing. I was so happy, and all the family, the children, and friends were calling for more of the product. So I don't want to take much of our time. Rest my case here for another people to share their own testimonies as well, because of time. So there's love in sharing. Make sure as you listen to this testimony tonight, share it. Don't keep it to yourself. We have so many people that are in need. Share the message, the testimony, with the people that have health challenges, and help them out. Sharing is caring. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. I'm particularly appreciative that you are on the journey as you explained.
Thank you.
That's the reason why there's discussion in the audio. Actually, still on her way to Lagos, and she said even if the boss is in the car, she will still manage to share the testimony, because she needs people to hear this. So please, let's appreciate her. Against all odds, she's still ensuring that her voice is heard so that she can save life. Thank you so much, Madam Quadri, for your amazing. All right, so do we have Temi Tokman ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hear your testimony. Take it away.
Good evening. My name is Temitope Oguyemi, the founder of Holistic Care Clinic. I had a patient in 2017, a 14-year-old boy brought to my clinic, and we run some tests. We discovered he was having brain tumor. So I said, what I would do is I would just calm this patient, then refer the patient to Lutz, which I did for neurosurgeon for surgery. So when they got to Lutz, they started giving them appointments that they should come today, come tomorrow, since 2017, 18, 19. I was wondering that what is happening to these people, that okay, please come back. So early 2020, they came back. When they came back to me, I said, this flute that is postponing your surgery, asking you to come today, and you're always having crisis. And they will bring him back to my place to treat him. Sometimes seizures. So many things is happening to him, which we will attend to, and he will be fine. So I introduced Phytoscience to the family, and they accepted it. They started using it. I put him on a phytoscience for 14 days. Precisely, I put him on a snow-free fort. So I told him to be taking the snow-free fort morning and night for 14 days, which they did. So within that 14 days, I saw that there was no problem, no complaint, no crisis. When he came again, I saw him that he was looking so fine, talking well. I was wondering, so I told the family that let's put this boy on 3-month therapy. So when we put him on 3-month therapy, we'll see what is going to happen with the tumor. Maybe after then, he will now go back for tests. So on that 3 months, I put him on a snow-free for double sensor in the morning and crystal cell in the night for 3 months. And he came back, he was looking so healthy. So he went back to Lut. When he got to Lut, they asked him that, what are you using? That you are looking so fine and healthy, that even your MRI was showing that the tumor became very small within a short period. What is happening? So he told them that somebody introduced Phytoscience to them and they requested to see me. And I went to Lut. They asked him that, what is the miracle that I did for this boy? I said, I didn't do any miracle. It's Phytoscience that is doing miracle. So I introduced it to them. They were amazed that even self-GVT is working the same thing as Phytoscience. As Phytoscience is working miraculously. Even me, I am amazed that it's working like that. Then I said, okay. So they went back for another MRI. They saw that the tumor it has come down drastically, that they were even surprised that, wow, this is great. So they came back to me. The neurosurgeon called them last 2 weeks that they should come and do the surgery. So the family came back to me and asked me if they should go or not. So I told them that if they can go, and let them do the checkup and see, because they have to run a series of tests to see if the tumor is still there or not. So they went back, they run it, they saw that they still have small particles left. So they went for surgery. They have done the surgery, very successful. Do you know why I'm happy? I'm happy because even when they were running series of tests, because before you do surgery, especially any surgery you want to do, you need to go through some series of tests. When they were doing those tests, they saw that everything was so perfect in his body system. The only issue they saw that it was just small that was there. And we were just dialoguing on it, that should we do it, should we not do it? So I advised them that they should just remove it at once. The family was so happy, and they brought a lot of people for me, stroke patients, to treat them on Phytoscience. Apart from that, I have a patient, 64-years-old mother, that has been dealing with diabetes. And in fact, I'm part of her treatment. I was the one that recommended some drug for her far back in 2015. So she came back to me recently, I think it was March, and told me that sometimes that he used to take her to, because they have used to make her to faint sometime, and so many things is happening to her. And I said, okay, ma, can you just drop this drug? Let's just base you on a Phytoscience, which I did. And I just put her on just snuffy photo. I didn't use anything. That's the only thing I gave her. Came back, she was amazed. She said, that she's very grateful that this thing, she was just too fine, that she has finished using it since April. And she came back to me in August. She said she does not have any problem at all. But why she came back to me is because she wants more of it. There are so many people are asking her that what is she taking, that her skin is glowing, because that thing is also working for her skin. She's looking so beautiful and smart. So it's working for her skin. She now told me that they were asking her. So she told them that she was using smoking fort. So she came to me that I should help her to get some, which I did. So that was my testimony. I have a lot of testimony like that. I also have a woman that has been looking for the fruit of the womb for the past 3 years. And I discovered she was having fibroids. So I placed her on Phytoscience, and she was able to conceive and add a baby. So it was so amazing, and I don't really believe in it. It was one of my sister that introduced me to it, and she did a lot of stress before I could join. And when I joined, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Phytoscience. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Temitope. I can relate with your brain tumor testimony, because that was exactly what happened with his wife. The tumor shrunk, I mean, to the point that it didn't become a problem again. So I like the fact that you also said that there might be case for when you go for surgery, but at least it's no longer, how will I put it now? It's no longer life threatening. Of course, every surgery to an extent, has that element of fear, can be life threatening. But there are cases where you have reduced it to the barest minimum, and it makes it easy, you understand, to actually go for surgery and expect the surgery to be successful. So thank you so much, Ma, for all that you have been doing, with Phytoscience stem cell product. Now, you can see anybody I call, I trust me, they have multiple testimonies. It's not just one, multiple testimonies in different areas. Because of time, we can't take everything. It's just to let you know that the product does not just work for a particular ailment. It doesn't matter what the ailment is, you'll be hearing more. People share their testimony. Thank you so much, Temitope. Let's go over to Eyeton now. Eyeton, hi, Shat. Are you in the room? Please raise your hand so that we can unmute you to share your testimony. Okay, I've seen you. I'm coming. Have you been unmuted? I saw you just a minute.
Yes, you can unmute. I'm asked her to unmute.
Okay, please unmute yourself. Yes. Yes. You've been asked to unmute.
Yes,
unmute
ma.
yourself,
Yes.
Can we have your...
Yes, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Let's have your
Can
video
you hear
on.
me? Can you hear me, ma?
You can hear you. We can hear you. We also want to see you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma. Good evening, ma. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Mrs. Eyetan Aishat. So I am here this evening to talk about the testimony. I have a lot of testimony to share this evening about Phytoscience products. I joined this beautiful company around the year 2020. It was one of my subordinates, one of my guy in my place of working place that introduced me to it. Because they know I normally use products for treatment for people. So first of all, I felt reluctant. I don't want to join. But when they explained to me the work of double stem cell, crystal cell, then I said, okay, let me give it a trial. So I have to register for a package of silver. So I did silver registration. So, and I decided to use these products for myself and my family in order to try or to test the efficacy of the product. So I first of all gave it to my husband. And when he used it for like 3 days, we want to use it on a certain issue. That is hernia and asthmatic cough. We want to try it on it. So he now used 4 sachets, second sachet. The third day, he now called me and said, my wife, come. This, my hernia of a thing, has gone down drastically. That is, the thing is reducing, it has shrunk. You know how hernia does, to be coming out, going down, coming out, going down, and the stomach will be now shouting. So now, and I say, glory be to God. Then which means you can continue. He said, yes, we continue. So by the time we finish a packet, that is like a 10 sachet out of the 14 sachet, the asthmatic cough and the hernia of a teen, everything just went down drastically. And that's okay, which means you have to take more. So he continued. Within 2 months, it was amazing. Everything just perfected itself. And we were all happy in the family that. So could it be a product that can work this? Now, after that one, I have to use it for myself. My own problem is hypertension, very serious one. At times, my BP will just shoot up to 280, 180. There was a time that I had that 280, 180. I thought I would die that day because my head was heavy and the house was just turning upside down. I cannot move. So I have to take my double stem cell. I just call my child to give me that double stem cell. So I started taking it. After some days, I can see that I was having that relief, drastic relief. So I continue with the usage. In fact, fact, till now, up till now, I've never even have any feelings of maybe dizziness or my BP is coming up or taking any drug. No, I am healthy and I give glory to all. Apart from that, when you use this product, you will be forced to tell people. You will be forced to tell people. So I have to tell one of my sister. That one is having arthritis problem. The arthritis is very, very serious one. And she said she inherited it from her mom, that it cannot go. I said, no problem. This double stem cell 18 or the Phytoscience product can work on any issue. So far, it is repairing the cell in the body. And I say, okay, take 1 packet of double stem cell. I just dash her that if it's not working for you, don't worry. I dash you, just be taking it. So she now took 4 sachets, that is 4 days. And we were walking down the street. I was watching her because before she took that double stem cell, if she's walking the street or she's going somewhere, if it's on the main road, she'll say, my leg, and she will hold somebody. So we were just walking down the street. I was watching her. She was carried away. She didn't sit anywhere. She didn't hold anybody. When we now walk for like 10 minutes, she now say, I didn't sit since we have been coming. I said, yes, I was watching you. She was happy. She was happy. She first of all took the silver package. Later on, she became a platinum member. Another testimony is about one man that came from foreign country, from abroad. He undergone surgery on issue and said he cannot produce sperm again. So the man was worried. So one of my prospects now told me that, can he administer this thing to this man? I said, yes, let's try it, that it can work confidently. So the woman now took a platinum package. So we now gave the man. We gave the man double stem cell, crystal cell, and snowfifort. Within 2 weeks, the woman asked, okay, let her go and check the man. I said, go and check him. She now met a woman with the man. Say, what are you doing with the woman? I say, I am testing myself. I have been producing sperm. In fact, it was amazing. That was how the man just got healed from all the ailments in his body. And the man was doing wonderfully well up till now. So a lot of testimony like that. I have that of stroke. To God be the glory. All of them are doing well now. So Phytoscience is a very wonderful product, which I will enjoy everybody to proclaim to everybody, tell everybody near and dear that Phytoscience is doing wonders. Thank you very much.
On your face says it all. The smiles on your face says it all. I can feel the
Thank
joy.
You, ma.
The joy. When you're recounting it and you're seeing all the beautiful things there, you can't help but smile. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, ma.
And by the way, please, I want to put it out there. If you need to check your blood pressure regularly, if you ever record a figure like that, that is an emergency case.
Yes.
It's an emergency case. Please do not take it for granted. In as much as you take the Phytoscience product, get yourself to the nearest hospital. They need to bring that down. That is incredibly high. So if you record 280, 180 is a miracle. You're still here with us, ma. It is a miracle that you didn't shut down. We give God the glory. But please, let's err on the side of caution. Let's not wait until it gets to that point. Ensure that you regularly check your blood pressure and don't let it go that high. Don't say because we have what to step it down, then you leave yourself, to that's an emergency case. It's not a figure anybody should want to see. So we thank God that you made it, ma. We thank God that the product came through for you. But please always ensure that you are checking your blood pressure. Thank you so much. Let's go to our next sharer. We appreciate you for sharing. As Margaret in the room, please raise your hand. The time is just rushing, like, it's almost 9 and we've not even gone halfway yet. Okay, so is Margaret in the room? Please help us unmute Margaret. Okay, I've seen her. Margaret, please unmute. Oh, you have two devices. Okay. All right. So unmute and share your testimony. Please, you have 5 minutes. Let's keep it on the time, please. All right, Margaret. Go
Good
ahead,
evening,
please.
everyone. Yeah, my name is Margaret Onomi Aneke. And I have lots and lots of testimonies. As a matter of fact, the person talking to you, Margaret, is a product of this wonderful product, Phytoscience. Okay, so first I want to start with the one I give a trial to, because when I saw this wonderful platform, when I saw this wonderful product, as at then, we were already having a serious health challenge in my household. And the challenge has to do with my mom. Yeah, that my brothers, everyone in the house is so concerned, and they've tried everything, gone to different hospitals to help her. What is the challenge? My mom had what they call serious peptic ulcer, very bad one. I mean, very bad one. That she cannot eat what every other member of the family eats. You know, when you begin to prepare someone's food separately, where you have no pepper, no salt, and all of that. And so it was a serious problem, actually it was. And when I got this wonderful information about Phytoscience product and what it can do, I decided to give a try to it. It wasn't easy anyway, but when I started introducing the product to her, permit me to share this, although it might not really be too visible. This is, I know there are doctors in the house. I'm supposed to have had this shared earlier on. It's not visible. That's my mother's lunch, actually. You can see part of her lunch has been eaten up, and by this, you know, disease or ailment ulcer. And what did I do? Introduce the product to her. And I noticed that after a few months.
Margaret, hold on, please. Can you help us mute your other device? We can hear echo. So if you have to.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so sorry. Let me mute it.
All right, so carry on.
Thank you. And so when few months into the use of the product, we noticed that she can eat everything that every other members of the family eats, meaning that I can cook and then we'll all have it eat together in the same pot. There's no longer eating or preferring her meal without the pepper, without the salt and all of that. So she was good, she's good. So those crises that she usually had were no more there. And I felt there's no need going back to the hospital to run any of those S3s anymore, because she's fine. And up to the day that I speak, she's aged, yes, but very, very active and then strong. Okay, that's one of the testimonies. And then the second one has to do with my personal self, because I actually, I love to really take good care of myself. Like I've always said, for friends who are around me, I said, I want to age gracefully and then have a soft skin, look beautiful. And how is that going to be possible? You know, with the toxins and sedentary lifestyle, radiations in our system, it's actually not going to be possible. And so I decided to try the product on my personal self, because then I was having what back then we call it menstrual cramps. You know, we make fun with these things. So I'm having menstrual cramps, you know, but it's actually not just for fun of it. This is, we understand that it is toxins and that's in the system, infections. And try the product. During my first month of the uses of the product, I noticed during my monthly cycle, there was these thick lumps that were coming out of my system. And few days after that, I noticed that it stopped. I wasn't coming out anymore. I mean, serious antagonizing waist pain that I can't bend down to do things on my own and just stand up. It was really bad. So, but after all of that, I noticed that no more pains. I can actually walk for a whole day, bend down, do whatever I'm going to do. And I don't have any of those issues anymore. So this wonderful product, so fantastic, you know. And I know a lot of friends have given it a lot of name as a result of what they get. Some have called it life in an envelope, life miracle powder, and all of that. Okay, but there's this one that I must share. It's actually a must share. A friend connected me to someone when I started preaching the news about, oh, Phytoscience product works wonders, it's awesome. And she said, you've talked so much about this. There's a man who had diabetic gangrene. And as that she was speaking, the leg has been booked for amputation. Yes, it's been certified by the doctors that there's nothing else they can actually do for this other than to amputate the legs. And I got there, I met the wife, met the man in question, and he said, there's absolutely nothing we can do anymore because we spent up everything we have. And the man cried. The wife also shed tears that, look, like, how am I going to, as a young girl, stay with a man without 2 legs? And I said, don't worry, trust God. And I give God the glory and thanks every day for this wonderful platform. I decided to go with this product. These are the products I introduced then. That's the Snowfi Fort. You can actually see that's the Snowfi Fort. And the Crystal Cell, that's the 3 products I use for this leg. You must have seen that gangrene. You must have seen that leg gangrene. I couldn't lay my hands on it. I would have shown it to you right now. And that's the Miracle Intense Essence. These are just the 3 products I introduced to them. And I tell you, that leg that was due amputation, within the space of precisely 90 days, the man got his health back. That leg was not amputated anymore. He uses that leg. He is a welder. He wears safety shoes and goes to work. And one of the days I went visited, the wife gave me a serious hug and she gave me a bottle of wine. You can't believe it. I was like, how did it happen? She said, you do know what God has used you to do in my house. You were a godsend. That within this set period, she has never been a woman. For the ladies in the house can understand what I mean by that. She has feelings, but she cannot have a man, have him inside and all of that because, it damages the cells as well, diabetes and all, every organs were weak. And so, but right now that she can feel it again after some months, and she was super excited. And I said, wow, God, thank you so very much for this wonderful again and again, because I know that a lot of persons out there that I'm yet to reach, those cases where the doctors have said, hey, there's no way out of it. There are way out of it in Phytoscience. You can actually come on the platform, whoever has invited you on this Zoom, please contact the person and reach out to as many persons as people can actually get their health back, age gracefully and looking young and good. And you know what? See you. Do not fail to share this wonderful opportunity, because sharing, you're caring for them. And then as you care for them, you end. So thank you. That's my testimony.
Thank you so much, Margaret. I know that part is very important. Manhood restored. I don't know why you are holding the information. Manhood restored for womanhood to enjoy. It's a serious matter. So thank you so much. You don't know, it's a huge blessing to be able to have that back, because I don't know for the men what makes a man without the main man. The man is not a man. Okay, enough of that. Thank you so much for sharing your testimonies, Margaret. We're thankful that your mom health has been restored, and you are glowing. I can testify to the skin products. I live for Miracle Intense and H2O moisturizer. That's what I use. So when people tell me, you are glowing, you are that, I said, Crystal Cell first and foremost, because it works from the cellular level. This is not you shining from the surface. It's you shining from within. And when you're shining from within, they can't take that away from you. Okay? So from within, your skin is being restored from within, and you just naturally glow. So thank you so much for sharing your testimony, Margaret. So permit me, there's a lady that actually one of the first people that indicated she wanted to share her testimony, but unfortunately, the network is not friendly to her at all. She's actually just a customer. She's not even, a registered member or what have you. She heard about the product and she wanted to use it for a prostate enlargement of her father. And we have a recording of that testimony, and permit me to play that to you now, since she can't make it to the room because of network issues. So just a few seconds, let me get that video rolling, then we will continue. Okay, let me share. Okay, please tell me, can you see the screen? My co-host?
Yes, you can see it. You can see the picture.
All right, so please, let's just listen to this testimony. All right.
Good morning to everyone, depending from where you are watching me from. This is Precious by name, Mrs. Ogoye. I'm here to give a brief testimony on what God has used Phytoscience stem cell therapy to do in the lives of my dad. My dad had this illness called prostate enlargement. We've been to various hospitals, there's no solution. And my dad has been pain on the bed. All those signs that we ought to have seen, we have seen them. So there's no any solution from the hospital, the hospitals we went to. So I came to meet with this link of this Phytoscience stem cell therapy on the Facebook. So I just decided to join because I've been into such before when my mom was sick and my mom eventually died. That doesn't work for my mom. So I decided on me that let me join this WhatsApp group and let me just peep and see what they are doing there. And that was how I joined the WhatsApp group. So fortunately for me, I was convinced. So I spoke with the admin and I was given some therapy, some products for my dad to use, which I paid for, including my siblings. Those are double stem cell, Snuffy Forts, Crystal Cell, and IQ. Those are the 4 products that was given to my dad. So we used it for good 6 months. After the 3rd month, my elder one said we should take my dad to the hospital for a test just to check maybe these products are working well for him. So on getting to the hospital, we discovered that there's not any improvement. I wanted to back out from the deal because it involved money, sure you understand, transactions. So I called the admin, Dr. Lawale, and he told me that we should continue, that I should have the faith that it's going to work, that he's 100% sure of it. So that was how we continued it till the 6th month. So when we are about getting to the 6th treatment, the 6th-month treatment, we went to the hospital. We discovered that the prostate enlargement problem has gone. The prostate has come back to the normal position. In fact, the doctors in the hospital were asking me, how did we go about it? What did we use to solve this problem? How come? In fact, I was very, very happy, very, very glad, including other children my dad gave birth to. So I'm employing those of you that are still doubting, that are doubting Thomases like me initially, that this Phytoscience double stem cell therapy is really, really good. I'm happy, as you can see. I'm very, very happy because it really worked good for my dad. Not even only that prostate enlargement, it works for the brain because when I lost my mom, my dad went into a deep depression. I don't want to use the word almost. He lost his insanity. We took him to Abeokuta at Arrow for various treatments. Every changes. But the stem cell, the Snuffy Forts, Crystal Cell, and IQ did a great job. I know it was good, but it was good those to get off. So mind about this once again.
Today, just to see and share her testimony live. But thank God we had this recording, as if we know that something may happen, so that her voice will still be heard. You can imagine. And this is what we say. We hear some people say, I've used it for 1 month, I'm not seeing the result, so they quit. Did you hear what on 3 months therapy? Of course, it's some strain on their pocket. And when they went for the test, they couldn't see any marginal difference or anything to encourage them really. But guess what? They were encouraged to go 3 more months. Let's push it for 6 months. And when our presenter comes to talk, you understand why in some cases you can see speedy, reaction, you can see speedy results. While in other cases, it can go the hog, depending on the severity, of the damage of whatever it is that you are treating. Imagine they have stopped after that 3 months with the mind that it wasn't working. Now see the testimony they had shared or they had to share after 6 months, they would have lost it because it was still in the process of repair. It was still in the process, of rejuvenating the cells and getting the cells to function. But hey, some of us just prematurely, halt the process and we come back to say, oh, we didn't see what we want. So just keep moving, keep using it, it will eventually work. You will eventually see your result. How long we might not be able to tell you, but one thing for sure is that as long as you keep using, you will definitely see the result. Okay, so we have, there's a gentleman that's supposed to share his testimony. I don't know if he's in the room. He's also having some challenges. Can you help me look for Aputa Ikechukwu in the room? If he's in the room, let's unmute him to share his testimony. If it's not, permit me to play a recording because he also has did a recording for us just in case this happens so that we can hear his own testimony as well. I don't think I can find him in the room. So please just indulge me. Let me quickly share his own testimony. Is he in the room?
I haven't found him yet.
No, not
okay.
If he's in the room, could you ask him to raise his hand? I don't think he's there.
I'm not sure his audio is as loud, but I think we can manage. So let me quickly share his testimony as well. Can you see his testimony?
Science of 2023 last night. Yes.
The recording is not clear. You can hardly hear anything. As if it's freezing.
Okay, so let me, since it's not clear, let's not waste time with that. But his testimony is on High. No, sorry,
okay, he's in the house.
He's in the house.
He's in the house.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, please unmute yourself, sir, and share your testimony. You can unmute.
Yes, good.
Can you put your video on, please? Mr. Ikechukwu, please unmute yourself. Okay. Okay, go ahead and share. You have 5 minutes, please. You've muted yourself again. Please unmute. Can you help unmute him? Can't find. Okay, please unmute. And don't touch the mic again, sir. Oh. Unmute, please. Can you unmute? Okay, you are on now.
He's still muting himself.
Wow.
He's still muting himself. Miss.
Let me see if I can make him focus. All right, Mr. Ikechukwu, unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself now. Oh, why is it going off and on? Unmute, please. Your device keeps going off and on. Okay. It's here, but it seems to be having some network challenge. But the testimony he shared is on viral hepatitis.
Okay,
I
he's
wish you
unmuted
can
now.
actually share the testimony.
Now he's unmuted. Let's see. Oh,
Tripping.
oh,
It's
no.
tripping,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Okay.
But the beauty of his testimony is that he got to hear about Phytoscience on the 18th of November, for those that had it from the video testimony I played, the video recording I played, on the 18th of November. And the person that invited him to the NBO. And we know what NBO is. It's the program we usually have once a month where we get to invite people to come and experience everything about Phytoscience. So he attended the NBO and decided to get the products, I think 2-3 days after, for just roughly under a month. Because 18th of November, just last month, and he's here today to share his testimony. I wish that we could hear him, but it seems like we can't. So the case of viral hepatitis gone. That's the testimony of Mr. Ikechukwu. If we have time, we might take you. For now, let's move on to Sharon. And after Sharon, then we're going to be sharing to let you understand exactly how this product works. So Sharon, if you're in the room, can you please indicate so that you can be unmuted to share? That's active live. Okay, I think I found you. Unmute, please.
Thank you, Leader Gigi. Okay, trying to put on my video. Good evening.
Sharon, you have 5 minutes.
Good evening, everyone on the call. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're joining. My health testimony. A mix of personal and third-party testimony, because I don't know if we have to like stick with whatever we registered for online. I think I registered for personal. So, but I'll do a mix. I want to share, it is still a testimony, but it is no longer a testimony. And I feel very led to share this, however, because I feel that this word will work for somebody. And thankfully, the host has been talking about therapy, taking, healing period differing from one individual to the other. I'm a living testimony to that, because by God's grace, in 2021, God had used me for a lady who had a chronic case of fibroids. In fact, I think this healing process thing has got little to do with severity. I think it has got to do with body metabolism the more, because my own case of fibroids wasn't even as severe. She was always in pain before her menstruation, pain during, pain after. Even after, I've never heard of that in my life. After menstruating, you're still in pains. Then she was not ovulating. A lot was wrong with her. And under 1 month, in 3 weeks, everything, and I mean every damn thing, was fine. Here am I, fast forward to how many months after I treated the lady. I discover regrowth of my own fibroids, and it took 6 months. I wasn't bleeding. I didn't have pains. Well, except maybe during intercourse. I didn't have like regular pain. I was ovulating. I didn't have, and yet it took 6 months. So that's my personal testimony. But the joy of it is that it took 6 months and I got my results. So when people grow weary, when you grow cold feet while on this therapy, let me use local English. You're not doing anybody, you're just doing yourself. And I speak from a place of pain. Some of you would have heard me talk about one beautiful testimony like that of a patient I was treating who had about 5 conditions: heart enlarged, kidney failed, liver failed, high BP, then chronic diabetes, 5 in one person. And it was just the enlarged heart and diabetes. But in the course of treating the enlarged heart, the doctors gave her pills that damaged her liver over a period of time. So you want to be very careful of orthodox medicines. She didn't have liver issue. She didn't have kidney issue. It was the heart, because the heart wasn't functioning right and her body was retaining fluid and what have you. They wanted to correct that and kept giving her, there's a drug she calls, her husband called furosemide, and liver and a kidney. And God gave us victory in the area of the arts. It shrunk back, functioning normal. And I mean, these are elites. The husband is a retired shell engineer. So they would go, so it's not like they're telling me, I feel better. No, they would get medical checks in standard hospitals, laboratories, and they will come back to me to say, we have confirmed this is fine. Her BP went normal, her diabetes was gone, the liver started functioning well. At some point, the doctors told her that potassium level in her body went up. I said, continue your therapy. I saw that she wasn't coming back to me over that again. And then I asked her, she said, oh, you know all this Oyibo now, maybe they can't find it again. They are not even telling her anything about it again. So she's not bothering herself. The only thing that was left was the kidney issue, which she was on dialysis for. And she was on dialysis 3 times a week. It went down to 2 times a week. Would you say that the therapy was not working and it went down to 2 times a week? And then they began to develop cold feet. And I do not say this, and like I said this from a place of pain and to really sound a note of warning on this call tonight. Because I recall engaging a number of senior partners on this matter. Mommy Okewale intervened, Nurse Mary, Madam Fleckham, everybody was supportive. In the UK sometime, and I took a permission to record the conversation because I didn't want to come across like I was just interested in selling. I needed them to continue the therapy because of the sale. No, I wanted them to hear from the horse's mouth that these are people who have been through this far. This your wife's, and since 2017 that she was told that she's still alive. And Nurse Mary warned sternly. They wanted, because of that singular issue, they were going for transplants. And Nurse Mary said, don't do transplants. If you count that she's a renal nurse, and if you put down 4 to 5 cases that go for kidney transplants, only 1 manages to be successful. My people, we went for the transplants. And when I say we, I was not aware, I was not carried along. And 6 days post-transplant, I lose this woman. She's very dear, and tomorrow is awake. I'm sorry that I have to say this, but I am pained because God is doing amazing things through Phytoscience, and people need to stop being in a hurry. People need to believe all the way. I mean, this is not like reported speak. You somebody who was shut down totally. She had, like, her body had rejected every form of orthodox treatment. She was swelling up, she was growing dark, everything was going very hard on her. The belly fat, the fat behind the calf, behind the leg, the calf area, everything was hard like stone. And in a few weeks, things began to normalize, and they knew that it was this Phytoscience that God was using for them. So if God had done 4/5, Why would you not trust him to finish what he has started? And I lost this woman. Tomorrow is awake. So please, Phytoscience is real. The things that we have seen at Phytoscience, we will be here till tomorrow morning if we have to start telling you as guests on this call. It is not about the sale. Now that person who is introducing Phytoscience to you wants to make. God forbid that it be about the sale. The majority of the people at Phytoscience are real people. They are compassionate and passionate people who will not watch things go wrong because they know that it is by grace that they also came to be saved by the use or by the knowledge of this Phytoscience. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if you're done because your network. Thank you so much for sharing. That. Quite emotional. I can get why it's emotional for you because it's quite sad when you see what works and does not leave after effect. Most important, something that you use and it does not end up damaging something else and trying to solve one problem. That's the beauty. That's one of the blessings with this. You know, you use Phytoscience for a particular ailment and it goes in there and it sorts out even the ones that you have not even seen. You know, the ones that you don't know are coming up. It goes there, sort it out without leaving any negative remnant. I think that is one of the beauty of this therapy. Okay, so at this point, let me make some of us understand what exactly we are talking about here, because for some people, I'm sure you might be a bit confused to say, how exactly does this work? What exactly is this therapy about? And that is for our guests in the room this evening. What exactly are in this product that allows it to work the way it works? At this point, let me invite our presenter tonight. I would like to call him my co-host more or less, Olawale John, so that we will take you through this session of understanding Phytoscience products. So Olawale John, are you here? Are we good to go?
Here,
and so please stay back because you have testimony. I have testimony on Bell palsy, and we have testimony on one of the cancers coming up right after this session. So you want to stay back to hear those testimonies. They are mind-blowing. All right, so Olawale, are you ready?
I'm here, ma. Good evening.
Our guests, can we take them through can we make them understand Phytoscience better? Because I know people have burning questions. So if you're ready, let's shoot. As you have seen, we're sharing testimonies because people are going through all sorts of health challenges. And indeed, it is on the rise. It is on the rise. Certain things are contributing, to the state of health of humans today. And chief among them is pollution. You don't have control of that. So even if you say you want to watch what you eat, you want to watch how you do things so that you can keep healthy, you cannot help pollution. Sedentary lifestyle. The system wants to do everything for us now. AI does not want us to use our brain. In fact, they don't want us to step out of the house. As against before, where you had to physically move. But now everything you want at your doorstep, you need to catch a cab. Before, we used to walk some meters before you get to the taxi park and you haul the taxi. Now you're in the house and you're calling the taxi, you're calling the Uber and likes, and they come pick you from exactly where you are. You barely make few steps before you are into the car. You get to where you're going to, you're entering, instead of taking the staircase, you're going through the lift and all that. So sedentary lifestyle, you want food. They're telling you, don't bother going to the market, just order. You go to your app and you place the order and they bring it to your doorstep. It's not life, ladies and gentlemen. We are gradually killing ourselves without knowing that. Genetically modified food is everywhere, GMO. It's everywhere now. So those core things that are in the food that helps our health are being modified just for gains. You have fruits that have seasons. There's a reason why those fruits are supposed to be in seasons, but now you have them all year round. They've modified them to make them available to you all year round. Now, exposure to radiation. You're on the screen right now. That's radiation. You're exposed to it from various angles. So whether you like it or not, these diseases are going to be on the rise. But it falls on you to take care of yourself. The responsibility of your health is your primary responsibility. It falls on you. So, Olawale, can you please take us through this phytoscience products? We've heard in the testimonies, they're saying, I use this, I use that, I use this. So can you take us through phytoscience products quickly?
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Ma. My name is Olawale John, and I've been with Phytoscience for about 7 years now, and it has been an amazing time. I am a bundle of testimonies about this product. So, you have been hearing about the testimonies, and these are products that people have been calling the double stem cell, the crystal cell, the snowfield, the IIQ Plus. These are amazing products that everyone that have testified here tonight. The double stem cell and the crystal cell contain an extra stem cell, which is from tomato. It contains what we call colorless carotenoid, which are phytoin and phytofluin. Now, these are essential to mankind. They serve as wall, as shield from the cellular level, from UV. And this helps the human cell not to damage. That is the difference between the double stem cell, because both of them contain the mallow domestica apple. They contain the blueberry, acai berry, and grape extract. These are amazing properties that helps for the cell. These are the two products that takes care of condition that we have been talking about since. Ma, let's move on to the next product, ma.
Okay, before I move on to the next product, you say crystal cell and double stem cell, are similar. So in what kind of ailment would you recommend crystal cell? And in what kind of ailment would you recommend double stem cell? And there are times to recommend both. So why do you recommend both if they are similar?
Okay, amazing. Like I said, like condition like osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, fibroid, all these conditions, if you understand, I said this crystal cell contain what we call phytoin and phytofluin. It also contains inflammatory properties that helps. Now, if the person wants to treat any health condition, combination is the best of the double stem cell and the crystal cell, because the crystal cell has that unique property that will complement the double stem cell for any health condition. So you can see, for any health condition, the two products are essential for it. Very, very important for any health condition, because it discovered that the body system needs shield, and the human being don't produce that somatic stem cell. The human don't produce it, and that is the vital ingredient that's important for the human being to take, that will help to shield them, to protect their cells from damage. So the combination is excellent.
Okay. All right, that has been noted. I'm sure points of double stem cell and crystal cell are basically fruits. You mentioned the apple, the bubble grapes. So is this something that people say, can I go to the market and just buy those fruits and eat? What is the difference? With me, go to the market, there's apple in the market, there's grapes in the market. Why can't I just go to the market and buy those fruits and eat?
Okay, thank you so much, Ma. You see, there's a man that came to our seminar some time ago, and he saw the fruit, the apple. And he said, is it not just apple and the grape? Let me go to the market and buy them. And let me go and be given to my dad. And the dad is having cancer. They help for cancer condition. They help for cardiovascular condition. You see, they are not in those fruits you see out there, because they are not mallow domestica. They are not these apples, this Swiss apple. Now, the guy went to the market, he took the dad home. They went and buy plenty of fruit, of apple and grape. They started giving the dad. The dad did not last for 3 months and the dad died. Now, the difference is this. You know, our stem cell, this plant stem cell, is made with what we call of consumption. I'm using bitter leaf for diabetes and high blood pressure. I asked the woman, remember, every health condition emanated from food, 80% of it. We are not giving the proportion to how to eat this food. Now, you are saying that the woman should take this bitter leaf. What proportion should take it? The woman started taking this bitter leaf. What happened? Instead of cutting down the poison, because there was no proportion to consume it. Now, the phytoscience technology is used to extract the stem cell in this Mallow domestica. That is why we can consume them today.
Okay, because of time, we'll come to understand what these stem cells are. Let's go to how you use them. So how do people use, how should they use double stem cell and crystal cell?
Okay, the usage of double stem cell and crystal cell is what we call sublingual, which is underneath the tongue. Just place it under your tongue, and it's best used on empty stomach. Empty stomach. And if you don't take a lot of water, it means you'll be having so many the effects, like feeling weak, having migraine, and so on. Now, once you empty it under your tongue, the capillaries under your tongue will absorb it directly to the